So much is unknown about our oceans, about what lies beneath the surface, but some have dared to find out what can be found in the deep, dark waters. Let's dive in and take a look at the top 10 secret underwater locations people have tried to visit. To start us off, this peculiar attraction is a little counterintuitive. I don't know about you, but I usually try to keep my mail dry and far away from water as possible. Well, this resort, located off of Vanuatu's Hideaway Island Resort and Marine Sanctuary, had a different idea. Why not create the world's first and only underwater post office? Approximately 3 meters down and just off of the coast lies an incredible and kitschy once-in-a-lifetime experience. Visitors are encouraged to don snorkeling gear and dive on down to the underwater post. They'll be met by post employee and can send off a specialty waterproof postcard while visiting the resort. Oh, and don't worry, there's a photo up there so you can prove it happened. Next up, said to once be one of the greatest port cities around the world, this ancient Egyptian city dates back 2,300 years. Yes, you heard that right. The long-lost city of Thonis-Heracleion is believed to be, quote, one of the greatest submerged discoveries ever. Located about 32 kilometers northeast of Alexandria on the Mediterranean Sea, it was uncovered in the early 2000s by divers, who initially discovered a piece of a statue of Hapi, the Greek god of fertility and lord of the river. This of course piqued their interest, so they continued their search and uncovered jewels, ruins, and pottery dating back thousands of years. Sadly, this recreational diving is not allowed at the site, but hey, all you need to do is become an archaeologist and you can check it out for yourself. Next up, we've all heard of Stonehenge, but what if I told you researchers may have found an underwater equivalent? Discovered in 2007, a group of archaeologists found something a little different from the usual day-to-day shipwreck scene. About 12 meters down in the waters of Lake Michigan is an eerie rock formation that is believed to be 10,000 years old. This Stonehenge-like building is thought to be a man-made due to the nature of its structure, as well as the stones measuring about the same distance across. But that wasn't the only thing that caught their eye, as one of the rocks appears to have a carving of a mastodon, a dinosaur that died out more than 10,000 years ago. While the exact coordinates of this incredible find are top secret, due to the locals wanting to keep swarms of tourists at bay, it's no denying that this is one place we'd all love to crack the code to find. This next location is found in the gorgeous waters of the Mexican Caribbean. Have you ever thought your museum tour was missing something? Less oxygen? What about a snorkeling gear? Well, I'm here to tell you that your dreams have finally come true. Home to more than 500 permanent sculptures, this underwater museum of art, or Museo, is once in a lifetime visit. Visitors are able to explore the attraction by diving, snorkeling, or if swimming isn't your thing, you can even view it by glass-bottom boats. This non-profit organization aims to reduce visitations to natural corals and raise awareness for environmental conservation. I don't know about you, but I'll be sure to add this to my next trip to Cancun. This attraction is located in Thingvellir National Park in Iceland. It's an amazing underwater location like no other. The Silfra Crack, or Silfra Fissure, is essentially what it sounds like. It's a huge crack in the earth. This fissure is part of the Atlantic Rift, the line between Europe and America, and it's where the continental plates meet. Over the years, this crack is slowly widening. Experts say about 2 centimeters per year. Though it's barely visible in the Atlantic Ocean, in the icy Icelandic waters, it's clear as day. The Silfra Crack remains a popular diving spot, but if you want to take it one step further, you can venture down the deep cave to see what lies beneath the surface. But divers be warned, as it is a major earthquake risk and the rocks could collapse at any moment. Now, who doesn't love the Bahamas? Clear skies, beautiful beaches, oh, and the largest underwater sculpture known to man. The Ocean Atlas, a spectacular sculpture by British artist Jason de Taylor, is located off the coastline of New Providence. Standing a whopping 18 feet tall and weighing nearly 60 tons, you couldn't miss it if you tried. The figure depicts that of a young girl who appears to be holding the ocean above her, a nod to the Greek myth of Atlas, who held up the heavens. A mere 16 feet below the water's surface, that means visitors of all kinds can pay tribute, visiting her by either snorkel or scuba diving. And on top of that, its record-breaking size, the Ocean Atlas is also made of pH-neutral materials, which allows it to double as an artificial reef. It's sure to be the next hot spot on your trip to the Bahamas. Next up is the one and only Great Blue Hole. Located off the coast of Belize, this sinkhole measures a major 300 meters across and 125 meters deep. Many snorkelers have explored the surface, but how many have dared to see what lies deep? Well, back in 2018, a crew from Aquatica Submarines decided it was time to see what was down in the depths of the sinkhole. Setting out to create a 3D map of the Great Blue Hole's interior, they did not expect what they would find next. As it began, the usual suspects came around, like sharks, turtles, and giant corals. But as they went deeper, life altogether came to a screeching halt. It was discovered there was a, quote, thick layer of hydrogen sulfide spanning the entire width of the sinkhole, essentially suffocating any life form that dare crawled a little deeper into the cave. It's predicted that it won't be around forever, as surrounding sand and waterfalls are slowly filling up the sinkhole, but for the time being, if you do get to visit, probably best to stick to the surface. While the city of Atlantis is tragically a myth, the city of Helike is as real as it gets. Helike was an ancient Greek city that in fact is suggested to be what inspired Plato to write his story of the lost city of Atlantis all those years ago. The city was submerged underwater by a terrifying earthquake followed by a tsunami dating back to 373 BC. At the time, the local ancient Greeks believed the flood to have been the wrath of God, specifically Poseidon. For the Romans, it became quite the tourist attraction, but sadly, while the city may have been underwater in the time of the Greeks and Romans, that lagoon has since completely covered under riverborne sediments. Over time, the city has become gradually more and more silted and has been added to the list of 100 most endangered sites. Next on our list is for all our pirate lovers out there. Once described as, quote, the most wicked and sinful city in the world, Port Royal in Jamaica was once famous for its pirates, rum drinking, and ladies of the night, but was nearly destroyed by a huge earthquake which hit the island in 1692. Edmund Heath, a witness and survivor of the earthquake and tsunami, wrote in letters, quote, the earth opened and swallowed many people before my face, and the sea I saw coming mounting in over the wall, upon which I concluded it impossible to escape. The city, buried and lost, was celebrated by many as a solution to the problem of the sinful lifestyle it attracted. Today you can still strap on that snorkel and dive down to the ruins and imagine what a pirate's life might have been like. Just maybe keep the rum on the shore. And in our last spot is the best one yet. Found in Grenada's Molinaire Bay, this incredible underwater park is one sight for sore eyes. Designed in 2007 by Jason DeCaires Taylor, this sculpture park is now listed as one of the top 25 wonders of the world by National Geographic. Accessible by snorkeling or scuba diving, visitors can swim through an array of whimsical life-size sculptures like a man sitting at a typewriter or a bicycle rider. But it's not all just for show. Similar to his other installations, Taylor created this park to improve marine life and create habitats for corals, algae, and sponges. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you can tune in for all the cool mysteries we'll unfold next.